Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Ben Olson, that's Nathan Fox. Together we're the founders of LSATdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. This email is from Jacob, and then we have air quotes, Reese.
I hope this finds you both well. If it isn't too much trouble, I'd like your opinion on a couple of thoughts. I'm in a good position when it comes to softs and money going towards law school. I'm a URM and military, National Guard. I also have 60% of the post 9/11 GI Bill due to a deployment I'm currently going through. That, combined with the Veterans Choice Act, will give me in-state tuition and a 60% scholarship before any other merit-based aid would appear at all public institutions. That's a good start. My fatal flaw is that 18-year-old me didn't like going to class, so a flunked semester tanked my already not great GPA to bad levels. I have a 3.0 LSAC UGPA, or I will have a 3.0 LSAC once I graduate. I don't know how he knows that. I guess assuming straight A's for the rest of the way. My diagnostic LSAT 147 with the Demon was as follows: -12, -12, and then -13 with logic games being the worst of the bunch. I know to get the 40% scholarship to not pay for law school, I'll need to kill the LSAT to offset my UGPA. I have signed up for the January LSAT because I will not return to the States until Thanksgiving or Christmas. I used another curriculum, some other LSAT prep, for a month before I found you guys, and I like the drilling AI much better than the problem sets and other stuff that they encouraged. My goal score range would be between 165 and 173, and I have close to 6 months to make it happen. My questions about the Demon and drilling are as follows. Should I wait until I'm getting the majority of 3-star and below correct? That's a Demon AI score of 50 before I start taking timed sections and PTs. Ben?
Nope. You can start taking time sections on day one.
Yep, I think you should be mixing in timed sections all the time, just so that you don't freak out about timed sections.
Yep, go back and forth between drilling and time sections.
Yep. Should I focus my entire being on perfecting LG before anything else?
No. You're preparing for a triathlon that has swimming, running, and biking. You're not going to get really good at biking for the first 2 months and then start thinking about jogging and swimming. You're going to do a little bit of everything. You might want to focus on games. That's fine, but your actual scores aren't too different. So,
yeah, you've got room for improvement in all 3 sections. So you can lean a little more heavily on games if you like, but you definitely don't want to be focusing on games for the entirety of your LSAT prep. You also don't want to focus your entire being on the law school admission test. You want to give it 1 hour, maybe 2 hours a day, and that's it. This is not the be all end all of your life.
Nope.
Yeah, it's worth a lot of money, and yeah, you should work hard at it, but we're not going to focus our entire being on anything. Should I treat every drilling question like a blind review question?
I don't know exactly what you mean by that, but if you mean do the question and do the best you possibly can before you hit submit, I would say yes.
Yeah, you're not racing the clock when you're drilling. You're picking the right answer. If you just get all the right answers, you're going to be killing it. Trying to go fast, you're never, ever trying to go fast.
Yep.
Should I leverage the post-GI Bill as much as possible? That is, not go to a similarly ranked private school compared to not pay a dime towards law school.
If it's a similarly ranked private school, then I would go to the one that's cheaper. The only time that you would consider this is if you could get into a substantially higher ranked school, private or otherwise.
Yeah, private versus public makes no difference. He's saying that his whatever money from the government, Veterans Choice Act,
it only
seems
covers
like it applies
public.
at public schools.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you're going to probably be leaning toward public schools in your applications. But once you have your offers in hand, that's when you're going to decide based on total cost of attendance. I mean, all these questions can be answered with one response, which is apply broadly, right? All these questions about where should I go, where, whatever. It's like, I don't know, dude. Like, get your offers.
Get your offers, because that's going to make a lot of decisions for you, right? Some schools are going to come back and not accept you. Some schools are going to offer you, a 10, 15% scholarship. Others are going to offer you a full ride. Once you see those offers, some things that you're thinking about and losing sleep over are going to be completely decided and over.
Yeah. Okay, last question. Any advice for military applicants? Should I use a commander or a JAG in my unit for a letter of recommendation?
Use whoever knows you the most, knows you best.
Yeah, and ask both of them and see how they respond.
Yep.
You can get both of those letters on record, and then you can decide which one or both you're going to submit to various schools. Most schools want 2 letters. Some schools want 3. There's no problem with having extra letters sitting there in your LSAC account. And you might be able to tell from that commander or from that JAG how enthusiastic they are about writing you that letter. So why not just ask them both?
Email daily at lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.